Is Kurt Angle lying about going to WWE? Now, a lot of people have been talking about Kurt Angle returning. They're talking about Kurt Angle coming back. I did a bit of research, right? And from the research I've seen, WWE have not made a statement, and they don't even have Kurt Angle planned for really anything in WWE. Now, an article from No DQ right now has backed these claims. No DQ reported back in via the Wrestling Observer that Kurt Angle has been telling promoters that he is no longer taking indie dates after he wrestles Alberto Del Rio and Cody Rhodes because he is heading back to the WWE in April. So once that was said, a lot of people went, well, Kurt Angle's back. It looks like he's going to come back. It looks like he'll be at WrestleMania and he's going to do stuff there and blah, blah, blah. However, as of this writing, there is currently no plans for the WWE superstar to actually return to the company, despite what he's saying. Kurt has played this card in the past before, where he would tease and say that he's coming back to the company, and nothing would really happen. The only difference between this time around is that he's no longer under contract with an indie promotion. There is always the possibility that WWE does decide to use him in the future. However, as of right now, there is no plans on the table. Why is this such a big thing? Okay, first of all, let's cast your minds back to last year. I believe it was last year or somewhere around that time where Kurt Angle was talking about trying to get back into WWE. So Kurt Angle made a phone call to Triple H, and Kurt Angle said, listen, I would like to join WWE, but I want a part-time contract. He essentially, what he wanted was the same contract that Brock Lesnar said. Triple H said no. Pretty much he said no. He said, if you are going to do it, we want you to do more dates, if that is a possibility, but we prefer you to be at full time. And Kurt Angle said, no, I don't have time for that. He says, listen, is there any way I can get this part-time contract? They said no. So the phone turned off, alright? So then Kurt Angle called Vince McMahon, and he said, listen, I want this part-time contract, Vince, or anything I can do. And Vince said, did you speak to Triple H? And he said, yeah, I spoke to Triple H, but he said nothing. And Vince said, well, he's the guy that deals with that stuff, not me, Kurt. That's what Vince McMahon said. And this is from Kurt Angle's own mouth, by the way. So what happened afterwards? Triple H pretty much went, you went behind my back and you spoke to Vince when I told you that we couldn't do that? What's going on there? And pretty much since then, all of it has died out. Now, it's not very serious. It's not serious to the point where it's like, oh my god, Triple H is going to hold a grudge against Kurt Angle. It's just a one-off thing, whatever. The problem is with Kurt Angle is, and I love Kurt Angle, but the problem is that he teases a lot of stuff that's going to happen, and it ends up not happening. For example, he would say, I'm going to be back in the WWE. Nothing happens. You see, what Kurt Angle's trying to do is try and create buzz. But the main people that have that ball that can then bring Kurt Angle back is WWE. That's Vince McMahon and Triple H. Primarily Triple H. He's the guy that usually deals with this stuff. If Triple H does not have any plans for Kurt Angle, he won't return. So at this point in time, and I want to say this because I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to him coming back. I know you're hearing these videos where people are saying that he is coming back. It's official. I want to put the record straight because I feel as if I have an obligation to do this. At this point in time, it's 50-50. In fact, it's 40 to, whatever. You know what I mean? Well, actually, no, 50-50. It's roughly 50-50 if he's going to come back. But at this point in time, WWE do not have plans for him. Now, either A, that's because that they haven't made plans for the Royal Rumble yet, which I think is fucking ridiculous, or they haven't made plans for WrestleMania. WWE, as a lot of us know, have a problem where they will book things at the last minute and not in advance. Hence the why the last 3 years of WrestleMania's build-up was terrible. The build-up was terrible because they didn't set up a set plan. Now, I was told that they were going to do that. I was told that they were actually going to be building up storylines from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania to build an actual arc, to actually build like a proper solid build-up. But by the looks of it, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like they haven't got to that point yet. We don't know yet, and I really hope WWE don't make the same mistakes that they did 3 years ago and pretty much do stuff at the last minute. Sometimes it can work. Sometimes a last minute thing can work. But for the most part, WWE need a structured storyline for all the storylines between Seth Rollins and Triple H, between Roman Reigns and whoever the hell he's going to face, you know, with Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles and stuff like that. They need set storylines for these wrestlers so that they can get over. But guys, at this point in time, I want to make things very perfectly clear here. Kurt Angle, okay? Kurt Angle is not officially returning to WWE. I'm sorry, I disappoint you, but I've been hearing a lot of bullshit news recently. At this point in time, it's not official. He hasn't even talked to WWE as far as I'm aware. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, Happy New Year to you all. This is General Jerry on the General Jerry channel. Signing out.